In this video, we're going to look at three different instances which yield three different types of answers: one solution, no solution, or all real numbers. And it really comes down to the work. So I'm going to show you big picture on this page. We're actually going to work through these slower further on into the video, but I want to show you the big picture here. During the work on the first problem, you're going to be moving a 4x by subtracting it. That's going to give you two negative 4x's on the left-hand side. Those don't cancel out, they actually double. In this case, you're going to keep working and you will eventually end up with one solution. The middle example, somewhere along the way, while you're working, you will see you will move a 10w by subtracting it, and the variable itself will zero out. It will just disappear. In this case, you're going to look at the numbers you have left and determine that that statement is false, and then you're going to have no solution. The third thing that can happen is during your work, you're moving a variable, the variable zeroes out, and the numbers are equal to each other. That's true, and when that happens, it's all real numbers. So these are the three cases. Here's the first example. We want to take care of those parentheses first, so we're going to distribute the one on the left. We're going to, on the left side of the equal sign, and on the right hand side there's nothing out in front of those parentheses. We're just going to drop those. So the left hand side becomes 4 plus a negative 4z plus 16, and the right hand side just drops the parentheses with 4z minus 7 minus 5. The next thing we're going to do is look at like terms, and on the left hand side we have a 4 and a 16, both positive. The right hand side we have negative 7 and negative 5, and those are both negative. Since these occur on the same side, like the like terms, the 4 and the 16 are on the left, and the negative 7 and the negative 5 are on the right, we are going to just put them together. So 4 plus 16 is 20, and negative 7 minus 5 is negative 12, and just bring the rest of the problem down. Next, we're going to use algebraic properties to isolate the variable. So writing that expression down that we just found, we're going to move the 4z. We want to move that across the equal sign, so we are going to do that opposite and subtract it. Notice that you've got negative 4z and negative 4z on the left. This is the same sign. The variable does not zero out. You're going to add those together, and you're going to get negative 8z. Then you're going to move the 20, because we're going to be moving our constants to the right hand side. We're going across the equal sign, so subtract that 20 on both sides, and you will get negative 8z equals negative 32. Keep solving by dividing by negative 8, which clears out that left hand side and gives you a positive 4 on the right hand side. So this equation yields one solution. That solution is 4. We're going to look at these two examples together so that you can see them side by side. On the left, we need to take care of the parentheses in that equation first. So we're going to distribute, and that will give us 10w minus 14, and then bring the other side down, equals 10w plus 17. The next thing we're going to do is move the 10w from the right hand side. There's no like terms, so I'm just going to write the equation again and move the 10w by subtracting it. Subtracting it both sides gives you a 0w on the left hand side, and then you bring the rest of the equation down. So the variable itself zeroes out while we're working on this problem, which makes us look at the negative 14 and the 17. Is this true or false? Most obviously those numbers are not equal, so that's false, and that gives you no solution, which means you can't plug anything into that equation to make it true. The equation on the right, we're going to start with the parentheses again. So distribute that negative 2, and on the right hand side that will give you positive 2x plus 16. You're going to move there's no like terms, we're going to write the equation down again and move the 2x from the right-hand side by subtracting it. That's going to give us a 0x on the left-hand side, and since the variable zeroes out, we're going to look at the numbers that we have left, and we're going to notice that's true. The two numbers are equal. That's a true statement, and that gives you all real numbers. Okay, looking at the three examples one last time. In the first case, while you're working, when you move the variable, it actually doubles. It's the same sign, so that doesn't zero out. That's when you've got the 1 solution. In other cases, in the middle case, when you're working, you move the 10W, the variable zeroes out, but the remaining items are false. That's no solution. And you could be working along and moving the variable zeroes out, and the remaining is true, and that's when you have all real numbers. These are the three cases.